hit the bike, and I'm on my stationary bike now, but I'm going to be talking to you about a few things as I hit the bike. All right. So if I lose breath, if I'm running out of breath or anything like that, my setup is really simple today. I'm on the bike and I'm just going to be having a conversation with you. First of all, for those who are joining us, wherever you're joining us from, hey, thanks for tuning in. I won't be able to work the chat, but just lock in and listen to a few of the things that I want to share with you today. So, trauma. What is it? What exactly is it? And what is childhood trauma? A lot of people are upset. A lot of people are unnerved. A lot of people are sad. And a lot of people are really just kind of concerned. Like, I'm now an adult. If you are an adult, I'm talking anywhere from, let's say, 19 and up, or to be more practical, let's say 25 and up, right? So you're an adult and you're a responsible individual, and ever so often you may have these spurts of um, anger, you may have these spurts of sadness, you may have these spurts of disappointment, you may have these spurts of um, neglect, feeling alone. And for some, it will show up on the street. Let's say, for example, you're driving somewhere and you just have this feeling of road rage, like you just you're upset, and all of a sudden your ability to handle your car or to control your automobile now it's not a priority anymore. So I guess what I'm talking about today is really trauma. Where did it start? Where did it come from? A lot of times we spend more time on the symptom. If you're joining me, thanks for joining. Name is Andrew E. Guy, mental health specialist today. I'm on my bike and I'm just having a conversation to whoever wants to join, really about mental health, some of the things that you're dealing with, and how to deal with childhood trauma in your adulthood years. So you would find that some of these behavior could be rage, as I would say, sadness, depression, anxiety. But where did that all start from? Some of it, if not all of it, started in your childhood. Yes. So, what happens in childhood? Well, it's your lived experience. You just came into the world, and from research says that the brain is fully developed from age 4 all the way up to about 25. That's when the brain is fully developed. But as the brain is developing, you are really collecting information from around you. You're collecting information from your environment. You're collecting information from the people that you interact with. You're collecting information from your parents. You're collecting information from the caregivers. Like everyone that interacts with you, you're actually collecting information from, right? And so, as you are collecting this information, you're saving them on your database. You're saving them on your hard drive. And the hard drive that you're saving these things on are your mental hard drive, your brain, in your mind, and in your subconscious. But a lot of people think, that's the childhood. Whatever happens in childhood, well, it shouldn't bother me. A lot of people would say, whatever happens in Vegas stays in Vegas, but I want to give you a big surprise. Whatever happens in Vegas, it stays with you. And after a while, you come to realize that the things that you experience in the adult years are things that you have saved, things that you have gone through, things that you have been exposed to, and all of these things happen in the childhood years. So I want you to know that the childhood years are really the collective years. And when I say collective, I mean those are the years that you collect information. Those are the years of, should I say, hunting and gathering. When you're gathering information from your environment, the people that you interact with, and then you actually save them, you process them, and then after a while, in your adulthood years, that's when you get to see the fruit. Here's an analogy. Pretend that there's a farmer, and then the farmer sows these seeds. As the farmer sows these seeds, the seeds, they go into the ground and they germinate. They go in the ground and they germinate, and then after a while, well, they go through that process. Later on, they'll bear fruit. So consider the years when they were sown in the ground as childhood. And as you grow up, these seeds, they grow up like little plants. And then let's say teenage years, then they start to bud. And then when you're a young adult, then they start to shoot out these little fruit. And then when you're older person, then the full fruit comes out. The adulthood years are the times when a lot of people experience childhood trauma. And it's crazy because you're thinking, well, wouldn't it have been easier if you're experiencing these things when you're younger, when you have all of this support, when you have caregivers around you to help you? You know, you have all of these support around you, but then as soon as you become an adult, you're shifting away from support. You're now what we call independent. And the help that you thought you had, well, you no longer have it. By the way, if you're tuning in, my name is Andrew E. Guy. Yeah, that's right. I'm not in a fancy suit today. I'm on my bike and I'm getting this cardio in. So you're joining me while I'm talking to you about this trauma and mental health stuff. Go tap in, tell somebody that Andrew E. Guy is live. By the way, if you're here, go ahead and subscribe. We have a lot more discussions coming, live discussions coming. Go ahead and subscribe, leave a comment, and let us know what are some issues that you are dealing with, that you're now an adult, and all of a sudden, well, it seems like these childhood tendencies are happening, and you're wondering, like where did these come from? What did I do to get these? And how did they start? So, as we talk about childhood trauma today, the goal is to help you to understand that there are seed that was sown some many years ago. And later on, these seeds, they grow. And later on, these seeds, let's say for example, when the fruit was young, then little worms may go into the fruit. Then later on, you try to eat the fruit as an adult, and then you realize there's worm in it. Now, all these are just metaphors. I'm giving you these metaphors to see if you can actually relate to them. And they may trigger something inside of you that says, wow, this is why I'm behaving like that. So when we talk about trauma, when we talk about childhood trauma in your adult years, it's really those things that happen in your early years, and now you're an adult person, and you're trying to figure out, like, what happened. You're trying to figure out what's happening with me. Here's the next part that happens. Now, we often blame ourselves. Not only do we blame ourselves, we say that it's my fault. I am the reason why this is happening to me. I am no good. I am a nobody. Well, how many people say that? When something happens that they don't understand how to explain it, they blame themselves first before getting the information. So if you're joining me on this live here this morning, go ahead and subscribe, leave a comment, and share what has been some of those experiences for you as an adult that many people don't seem to have the answer to give you. Many of this happened because of a childhood that you've experienced. Some might be anger, some might be rage, some might be neglect, some might be unforgiveness, some might just be distance. Sometimes you may feel like you don't fit in. Sometimes people will tell you you're not enough, or you don't feel a sense of belonging. Now, why are we talking about this? Because a lot of adults are grown up now and they're wearing fancy suit, fancy dress, and you can't really see the child inside of them. You can't really see who is behind all of this. So what I'm trying to get you to see is that whenever you feel a certain way, don't just let it slide. You feel really sad, you feel neglected, you feel unloved, you feel unheard, you feel unseen. All of these things didn't just happen overnight. All of these things come from your childhood. All right, I'm gonna stand up now. Woo, my legs are burning. I'm gonna stand up and get some more. Woo, man, that's crazy. Wow. All right. I don't think a lot of people out there are doing lives on the tread, on the bike. All right, I gotta go for 30 seconds and then I sit down based on my little workout. All right, let's continue the conversation. Like, how many of you out there do struggle with mental health issue? Many people struggle with mental health issue. One, because they may not know. They may not know how this started for them. So I want to give you some insights today on how you can address some of these issues that you're experiencing. If you're joining me live, my name is Andrew E. Guy. Normally, I'm traveling, I'm doing speaking engagement, and I have on a fancy suit. But today, I'm actually in my home gym, and I'm just working out. And I'm talking to you about something that many people don't want to talk about. And it's childhood trauma. So I want to pose this question to you. Pretend that you were a driver and there was a passenger in the passenger seat. And you were going somewhere, and in the middle of the trip, someone says to you, "Pull over and let me drive." And then you didn't say anything. You didn't respond. You just brush it off. Yeah, who's that talking? Yeah, that's a nobody, right? And that's typically what we do. We ignore it. And then the voice says again, "Pull over and let me drive." And of course, you ignore it and you let it slide. And then the voice now feels very annoyed, very upset, very perturbed because you ignored it. And when you ignore the voice, you actually triggered something in the voice that was trying to get your attention. And what does that mean? That sometimes in the adulthood years, long after the hurt, the trauma, the disappointment, the injury, and all the things that happened Now here you are an adult. You think those things were gone. You forgot all about them. And then, bam! One day, someone says something or do something and it triggers you. It triggers a memory cell inside of you. And all of a sudden, you're now upset, angry, frustrated, want to be left alone, want to isolate yourself because they have triggered something that has been brewing inside of you all along. That's how childhood trauma works. You're an adult, you don't have time to be dealing with this. You're an adult now, you have bills, you got responsibility, and then bam! All of a sudden, then now you're having problems. All of a sudden, you're having issues that were supposed to be happening when you were young. But now you're dealing with it. And so to get back to the point, you're driving, and then the voice didn't say it calmly as it did in the first part. Now it's louder with more anger and frustration and with intimidation. The voice says, pull over! Pull over this car right now! I'm gonna be the driver! Sorry if that was a little loud. And now you are startled because you're now on a major highway. If you're in Canada, you could be on the 401, the 407, the toll-free highway, or you can be in the United States taking I-75, I-95, whichever one. You're on the highway, and then this voice starts yelling at you. You pull over the car! I am now the new driver! And you're thinking to yourself, oh, what the heck is this, man? You're scared. And now you know what's happening? Well, hello to you. My hands are tied. I can't work the chat. So leave a message in the chat, and I'll try to respond back to them later on when I get off. All right, so here we go. But the person starts feeling intimidated and scared because the voice is yelling at them. And you know what the adult person says? Don't yell at me. The adult person starts feeling like a child again. Well, why is that? Because the child in the adult has now been triggered. Now, the child in the adult is now feeling unsafe. The child in the adult is now feeling unloved. The child in the adult is now feeling that there is no safety around. There is no one I can trust. No, where do I go to feel loved, to feel seen, to feel heard, to feel connected? And now the child has come and now tell you, the driver, the adult, to get over there in the passenger seat. Get over there right now. I'm going to be the driver. You are now the passenger. And so what we have here, sorry for the loud noise, is that the child who was abused, the child who was neglected, the child who was hurt, the child who was frustrated, the child who was isolated, the child who was verbally, physically, mentally exhausted, mentally tortured, is now driving the car. And what we have is now the traumatic child is now driving the car. Now, what's the metaphor here? The metaphor is that the child is now become the leader of your life. So when I asked you the question, said trauma started here. It started in your childhood. Hey, how you doing? Thanks for joining. Leave a comment, share a like, and subscribe. Andrew Egot here. I'm on the bike today, and I'm talking to you about trauma. Like, where did it come from? So here's what's going on. Then the adult person now is now living the experience as if it were a child. Childhood trauma resurfaces itself and is now controlling your life. And so what we have here is that you will have outbursts, uncontrolled behavior, unexplained behavior, because you were experiencing the resurfacing, retriggering of a childhood trauma that was many, many, many years ago. Thanks for joining if you're here. And so what happens now, the adult person, the adult version is now struggling with a childhood behavior inside of them that they just don't know how to handle. Why? Because add Q&A. Okay, after I'll do some Q&A. Give me about 3 more minutes on this bike, and then I'll start doing some Q&A. All right? But make sure you subscribe and watch some more of our videos. And I'm working with an important mental health organization called I Work Upstairs. You can go check them out. Their handle is I Work Upstairs. So I Work Upstairs on YouTube. Check them out. Subscribe. There's a whole bunch of videos up there about mental health issues that have been broken down and simplified so anybody can understand them. This week, we're talking about confidence. So there's a whole series up there on how to build and repair your confidence. All right? So let's continue here for a second. We're almost done. Now, when you have childhood experience that resurface themselves in your adult years, a lot of adults, they simply crumble. They simply just can't handle it. One of the things that they actually experience, they feel ashamed. They feel that nobody would understand them. They feel as if they're now isolated on some island, and they now start to blame themselves. They now start to say, it's my fault. And then they get into the aspect of self-blame, and some even turn to self-harm. And so the goal of today really is to help you to understand that your traumas started somewhere. Your traumas that you're experiencing now are childhood traumas that has been left dormant for a long time and has now resurfaced themselves in your adult life. So there are some coping mechanisms that you can use to help yourself. First of all, I would recommend that you go see a therapist. I'd recommend that you talk to somebody. If you're an adult who's in a trusted relationship, it would be good if you go and talk to your spouse. If you're a male that's in a trusted relationship, it'd be good that you go and speak to your husband. And if you're a female that's in a relationship, speak to your partners, speak to your husband, speak to somebody who you can trust. If you're a child that's going through this, well, normally my lives are for adults, so I would not expect any child to be on here. But I want to help you understand. If you're a parent that's on here, I want to encourage you to love your kids, make them feel seen, make them feel loved, make them feel connected to you. Love your children, do all you can for them, because I want to leave you with this. Children are like a seed, and the world is the soil. And you want to make sure your children are, hi Indiana, how you doing? I'm from Indiana. I'm in Canada. Welcome to the chat. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. More videos are out there. If you need any videos on mental health, wellness, go to I Work Upstairs. And that is our handle. Now let's wrap up. So if you're a parent and you're on here, love your child. Give them a hug every day. Give them a hug every day. You don't have to give them a present. Just love on them. Give them a hug. Let them know I am from Canada, originally from Jamaica, but I'm in Canada. Thanks for asking. Thanks for joining. If you're a parent on here Just love your kids, man. Give them everything that you can. You don't have to give them material things. The truth is, kids don't need things. They don't need more things. What they need is more love, more of your time, more affection, and more conversation. Give them opportunity to get involved in meaningful discussions with you. Give them opportunity to ask you questions about your childhood. Give them opportunity for you to share about your childhood. And let them know that they're going to have some ups and downs, but they're going to be okay. All this is part of the process. You want to help them to not get too comfortable with life, but to help them to understand that resiliency and confidence and faith are very important. Let's talk about resiliency first. Resiliency is not about bouncing back, regardless of what people say. Resiliency is about standing firm. Resiliency is about stability. Resiliency is not about bouncing back. Pretend yourself was a tree and you're in the Caribbean and there is a massive, it's Canada Day now. Hey, this is nice. That's funny. So if you were in the Caribbean country, island, and the wind is blowing, you want as many strong roots inside the ground holding you down. Here's why this is important. Resiliency is the ability of the roots to hold the tree strong in the ground. The wind, the storm, I got 3 more minutes left. Woo! I'm dripping like a hog here, sweating like a pig. Help me on this. Woo! Legs are burning. Well, we gotta go. Keep going. Here we go. So, resiliency is like the roots that hold the tree in the ground. It holds the tree in the ground that regardless of whatever storms come at you, you're going to stand still. You're going to remain. And here's the purpose of that. If the tree does not get rooted up from the ground and it remains in the ground, it has an opportunity to do one thing, to bear fruits. So, parents, if you're on here, if you're an adult leader, your goal is to remain. Stability is the key. You want to make sure that you remain strong, so when the winds of life and the challenges come, they don't blow you over. And here's the main reason for that. If you're blown over and you're gone, then your tree can't bear any fruit. And the fruit that we're talking about is the kids, your offspring, the children that you're going to have. And the goal of that is to help you to understand resiliency is about stability and staying power. But there are some things that can affect your resiliency. How you were raised, your childhood. Since we're talking about childhood trauma, that's one of the keys that affects people's mental resiliency. And remember this, please don't forget. Resiliency is a mental game. It's not about physical strength. It's a mental thing. Resiliency, it doesn't matter if you have big muscles. It doesn't matter. None of that matters when life takes a swing at you. Life is the biggest fighter, and it never loses. It never loses. When life swings, it's going for a KO. It's going for a knockout. And I want to encourage you, if you're on here today, be resilient, be strong, and hang in there. Because you're a tree planted in the winter season, in the season where, why me and something spelling kind. I'm not sure what you're saying right now. All right. So when the storms come, you have to be able to stand still. And that's what resiliency is about. So you can bear more fruit. If you're a parent, just like you can have kids that's going to last and bear more fruit after its kind. And the last thing is that you need confidence. Confidence is inside. It's also a mental game. None of what I'm explaining to you is physical. Yeah, it might express itself physically, But all of this stuff is internal. It's mental. And so confidence is how you see yourself in the world when everything around you is changing. I'll say it again. Confidence is an internal viewpoint of how you see yourself in a world that's always changing. Your confidence, listen to me, your resilience, that should be the most stable thing that you have. And your character should be like the roots that hold you down in the ground. If you can keep those things stable, you will bloom, you will blossom, you will grow, and you will produce fruit that lasts. I want to encourage you out there, whatever you're going through, just hang in there, man. Hang in there. Remember, confident is how you see yourself. If you see yourself as a loser, then you're a confident loser. If you see yourself as a nobody, then you're a confident nobody. If you see yourself as a winner, then you're a confident winner. Now, let me wrap up on that token. A lot of people who say they're a winner are not really winners, right? Some of them may accidentally win because they were in the right place at the right time. But a winner, deep inside, is the person who refused to quit, even when quits on them. So whatever you're going through, I want to encourage you. This is Andrew E. Guy. If you want to learn more, go to andrewguyspeaks.com. We have a new course that's coming out, brand new, for leaders. It's called the Win Reset. The Win Reset, go over there to www.thewinreset.com. Go to thewinreset.com and sign up. Our new program is launching this fall. Looking forward to seeing you. All right? I'll see you on the next live. I got to stand up now. Woo! I got to finish up. 1 more minute, push to the end. 1 more minute, push to the end. A lot of times you come close and you feel like you just want to quit. Yes, legs are burning. I want to quit, but I'm not going to quit. Legs are burning. Legs are on fire. I'm sweating like crazy, but I'm not going to quit. I also got 30 seconds left. I'm going all the way. All the way. Don't quit. Regardless of what life throws at you, don't quit. Woo! Oh my gosh. All right. That's alive, y'all. And I'm actually living. So thank you so much for joining in this little workout as we discuss mental health. We're talking about your childhood. We're talking about childhood trauma and how childhood trauma, thank you for the hearts, appreciate you. Trying to stay in shape, trying to stay buff, trying to stay in shape. Oh, buy my shirt. I'm big in Japan. So if you're from Japan, hey, invite me over there to speak. Go to www.andrewguyspeaks.com. For all my Japanese fans that are out there, konnichiwa, konnichiwa. Oh my gosh. I had a good time today. I'm sweating out. Make sure you join me on Thursday. Thursday of this week, we're going live again. All right? So come on out and join me. And then we're going to go deeper into our confidence series. All right? Take care of yourself. God bless you. Wherever you're from, if you're from the US, Canada, or a worldwide citizen. I may locate in Canada, but I am a global citizen. All right? I travel and I speak. I do seminars on mental health and resiliency. And woo! Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Shifty. Thank you. I appreciate you, man. Go ahead and subscribe and make sure, woo! Man, the heart is going like this. Brrr. Oh, man. That was crazy. And you know what? We're going to do it again on Thursday. But Thursday is going to be a lot more crazier because I'm going to have my dumbbell in my hand while I am writing. I'm going to try to do that throughout the whole live. So, hey, man, want to encourage the world. And so in order for you to encourage the world, you got to do that first. All right? So listen, again, If you're interested in learning more about our new course that's coming out, go over there to www.thewinreset.com. THEWINRESET.com. Thewinreset.com. If you're looking for a speaker to come out and speak to your staff, then go to andrewguyspeaks.com. That is www.andrewguyspeaks.com. There are also books that are on my website. Check out one of my books called Work Your Words, Finding Your Pathway to Personal Success. And I'm telling you this because I want to leave you with some resources. Well, I'm not always doing a bunch of live. It just, as of recent, I'm going to start doing more lives. So some resource you can get directly on my website is my book called Work Your Words, Finding Your Pathway to Personal Success. There's another one on there called The Anatomy of the Kingdom and the Power of Community. On my website, go to andrewguyspeaks.com. Until next time, if you did not subscribe, go ahead and subscribe to the channel Andrew Guys Speaks on YouTube. Watch the videos that are on there. Also, I'm trying to get my 4,000 watch hours and also trying to get my 1,000 subscription. And I want to make sure that, because we can reach more people, because normally if you don't have your 1,000 subscriber or your 4,000 watch hours, then YouTube doesn't push your stuff. So I want to be able to reach more people. So when I meet the requirements, then I'll be able to reach more people. Then they'll be able to send my videos and let everybody know when I'm live so you don't miss these lives. So go ahead and subscribe. Go ahead and leave a comment, interact with the videos out there, and then share them with your friends and family. Take care of yourself. Until then, remember, upstairs is the most important piece of real estate that you'll ever live in. You want to take care of it. Until then, I'll see you next time. Peace. Woo. Woo. That was tough.